How you give a suitable name with date. So now we are having this solution can be found by solving this differential equation. And the moment at which we come for solving differential equation, the arrangement is somewhat classical and it is somewhat time consuming. It also requires some efforts to be taken. Therefore, we try to find some shortcuts, we can say. Whether it is possible to have differential equation converted into a linear equation. Just I'm all right. And so once it gets converted into a linear equation, we are in a position to solve it easily. So our theme is not now this problem is kept aside because we are stuck up because of this. We are stuck up because of this. So the main issue for discussion is how do we convert a differential equation into a linear equation. It is a major issue of concern. And how can we do this? Are you getting my theme? Differential equation is to be converted into a linear equation. How can we do that? It may not be possible for all cases. Suppose if means xt is my signal, then I differentiate it dxt by dt, I get something. Then what is differential equation? Dx by dt, something into dx by dt plus something into xt is equal to something. So the differential equation. I want to get rid of the different d by dt term because what is problematic for me? D by dt term is problematic for me and I want to get rid of that term. Then I look at some peculiar functions and if it is possible for me to get such function. Do you know any function whose derivative is some scale version of the function itself? That is exponential function. Exponential function is very typical and peculiar in the sense that whose derivative is the scale version of the function. And in general, we can have a function that xt, I hope that now this is right now not important. This is the thing which we started discussing and we landed in a problematic situation. So we want to address the problem now. After addressing that problem, how we come to this solution, we shall consider later. But prior to that, we now take help of some mathematical properties. Suppose we have a signal, we have a function rather, we may call it xt or we may call it ft, whatever you may like, xt you may take, okay, no problem. Xt is equal to a e raised to st, where a and s are constants. What kind of constants also, to that we shall come later because that also is very important. But right now these are constants. Right now we do not want to confuse further. So xt is equal to a e raised to st. Then what is d by dt of xt? It is a s e raised to st, or it is s into xt itself. It is s into xt itself. What is integration of x? Actually, it is expressed x tau d tau till 0 to t. x tau deta. What it is? This integration is xt upon s. So a e raised to st is very peculiar in the sense you may go on differentiating further. d2s upon d2 xt upon dt square is s square xt and so on. So if the function is of the form a e raised to st, in that case the differential equation becomes a linear equation. Differential equation becomes a linear equation, right? And once differential equation becomes a linear equation, it is very easy for me to solve this. You getting me? It is very easy for me to solve this. Then the problem now with me is I am not applying any exponential input. I had applied a sinusoidal input. I had applied a sinusoidal input. Now let us say for time being, whether we would be in a position to apply this or not is a different issue, completely different issue. See, we are now entering into very complex area, therefore it needs very peculiar attention. Suppose let us have my voltage source as, if I have my Vt is equal to V1 e or 1 means there is no need capital V e raised to st. If I have a voltage signal, Vt is equal to V e raised to st, and if I apply this to a resistor, for resistor earlier also there was no problem, now also there will not be any problem. What would be IT? IT would be equal to V upon R e raised to st. IT would be equal to V upon R e raised to st. Right? So resistance of this resistor is voltage across it upon current through it. So Vt upon IT is always R. Now the things become interesting when we apply it for capacitor. We apply for capacitor and I apply this Vt. I apply this Vt. So what would be IT? What would be IT? It is very simple. For capacitor, I is equal to C dVt by dt. So IT would be IT would be C right? IT is equal to S capital C into Vt. Earlier I was not having this luxury. When I was not knowing Vt, what kind of Vt it is, so what was I? It was C dVt by dt. So when it was C dVt by dt and I was not having any idea about what would be dVt by dt. So without knowing this, earlier also we discussed very early, if when I connect any voltage source Vt which I don't know, It may be any function of t, it may be random generating something. So what will be I? C dVt upon dt. So the equation which is given by the capacitor is I is equal to C dVt by dt, and as I am not knowing the derivative of Vt, this equation cannot be reduced further. And the relationship remains in differential form. But now what has happened? The relationship is now in linear form, because It is equal to some constant into Vt itself. If ever Vt is of this type, if ever Vt is of exponential form, whether I can get such Vt or not is, I had already stated that it is to be separately discussed. But if ever, there is no harm in presuming, if ever Vt is in differential form, is in exponential form, then I get a linear relationship, and I can define the ratio of voltage upon current, and that is 1 upon SC. So ratio upon voltage and current is called as impedance. Therefore, capacitor has got an impedance 1 upon SC. Why? Because Vt and It exhibit a linear relationship for capacitor if Vt is of exponential type. What would be the case for inductor? Now, compute, just take classwork. For an exponential voltage, compute the impedance of an inductor. For an exponential voltage, compute impedance of an inductor.
Exponential voltage. पुढे
The relationship what we get is It is equal to 1 upon SL into Vt, correct? Is it correct or not? Because for inductor, the relationship is in V is equal to L di by dt. Vt equal to L di by dt. Vt equal to L di by dt. You can work something and you will be getting this relationship. So impedance, therefore, if ever we apply exponential form of voltage, in that case the inductor as well as capacitor also exhibit a linear relationship. Inductor as well as capacitor also exhibit a linear relationship, right? Is it okay? Now we solve the problem, and after solving the problem you will find that it was too easy. We were stuck up here. We wanted to find VOT, and we had here. We had VIT applied here, which was sin t, and we were finding problem, and we wanted to calculate VOT. Now, I presume that I am applying two voltage sources in series. 1 is equal to half e raised to j omega t, means it is of which form? A e raised to st form. It's of exponential form. It's of exponential form, right? Where s is equal to j omega, and here it is s is minus j omega. A is half. A is half. And if you add these two, what you will be getting? If you add these two, what you will be getting? As cos omega t. As cos omega t. Also, remove this omega, so it becomes further simple. This cos t. It is cos t. So yesterday actually I should have taken as, instead of sin t you take cos t. In yesterday's, because we have not solved the problem, so in yesterday's problem you make it cos t. In yesterday's problem only you make it cos t. So that I can think, so these two in series, these two voltage sources in series is what I had applied yesterday. V in t was, say, cos t. Now I can apply superposition theorem. I can apply superposition theorem. Means I will apply this by putting this 0. I will apply this by putting this 0. Then I will compute, this is V1 and it is V2. So I will compute VO1t and I will compute VO2t and I will add them. How I will compute VO1t now? I can compute VO1t very easily, because now I know that I can write a linear equation. So let us compute VO1t. What is VO1t? VO, I will rewrite the same circuit, or I will redraw the same circuit. Means what I am having? I am having only one V1t, which is half e raised to jt, and so what would be VOT? VO1t? VO1t would be equal to, how can we compute? By just Kirchhoff's laws, by just voltage divider now. What is this impedance? 1 upon S. 1 upon S upon 1 upon S upon 1 plus 1 upon S into V in T. What it is? V1T. But what is S here? What is S here? This is when my V1T is A e raised to st. Here my V1T is A e raised to half e raised to jt. So S is J. So just I will put 1 upon J, 1 upon J, and half e raised to jt. So what is the answer? VO1T is, multiply by J everywhere, I get 1 upon J plus 1 e raised to jt upon 2j plus 1 is VO1T. What is VO2T in the same manner? What is VO2T? Is equal to, what will happen? S is minus J. So 1 upon minus J, 1 upon minus J, it is, S is minus J, that's all, no change, no more change. 1 upon minus J upon 1 plus 1 upon minus j into V2t. So what that is? Multiplying by minus j everywhere, what I get? 1 upon minus j plus 1. And here I get e raised to minus jt upon 2. And now you make, so I rewrite again, 1 upon 1 plus j to here, and here e raised to jt plus e raised to minus jt upon 2 into 1 minus j. So just add these two. It is very simple algebraic sum. Don't pause it, let it be out as it is. So half we can keep outside. And expand. So just by rationalizing, we multiply here. It is 1 minus j e raised to jt plus e raised to jt plus this plus e raised to minus jt plus j e raised to minus jt upon what it is 1 minus j square, that is 1 minus, that is j to minus 1, so it is 2, right? So it is 4. Is all right? Is okay? So then have these two common, so that we can again rewrite. So that is 1/4 into bracket e raised to jt plus e raised to minus jt and plus j common e raised to jt minus e raised to minus j. So what it is now? 1/4. What this is? E raised to jt plus e raised to minus jt. What it is? It is
Sir, sign plus and minus. Minus j.
what?
Minus j into e raised to j.
No. It is plus. Where you see find change?
Middle sign, sir.
This one.
No, no. After that.
This one. Why minus? Okay. So what it is? E raised to jt plus e raised to minus jt is 2 cos t and minus say e raised to jt minus e raised to minus jt is, here you are wrong. E raised to jt minus e raised to minus jt is what? Not hypotenuse. It's sine, but not that. What is that? 2j sin t. It is 2j sin t. So ultimately what happens? 1/4 into bracket 2 cos t j square minus 1 plus 2 sin t, that is half into bracket cos t plus sin t is the final answer. Half into bracket cos t plus sin t is the final answer. one way in which we learn something, but you might have learned the technique only, but might not have understood it fully. It will take some time as we proceed. In next lecture, we will be in a position to better explain that. Tomorrow, any tutorial is there? What time and which batch? Practical for tomorrow, Bangalore tomorrow. You can stop.